Okay, hi, welcome to Bits and Blocks 2, Logo to Python. We're going to, in this course, use what you learned in Bits and Blocks 1 in building games in Logo to build some cool games in Python. So let's start out by reviewing our development environment that we used in Bits and Blocks 1. So in Bits and Blocks 1, we used the development environment MicroWorlds EX, and we used the programming language Logo. The development environment is the application, the MicroWorlds EX that you clicked on and started up to run the program, and the language that you use to write your procedures and the instructions that you typed in different places, that's Logo. Okay, so the development environment in MicroWorlds has three main sections here. There's the main window where all the action happens. That's where you plop your turtles down and put your backgrounds in, and where you see all the gaming stuff going on. The procedures tab is the place where you wrote all your procedures. That's where you and the command center is the place where you can type in individual instructions and have them interpreted in real time right away by Logo or by MicroWorlds. So, for example, in the command center, we could type show hello world. And what happens is when I press enter, the Logo interpreter inside of MicroWorlds EX translates this Logo instruction into something that the computer understands and executes the instructions. So it prints out hello world. So let's see, again, to distinguish between a development environment and a programming language, I'm going to show you another environment where you can execute Logo commands, and that's the Berkeley Logo environment. So here, let me type in. Well, let me type in a print command. So in MicroWorlds, if you type in a print command, it puts it into a text box. But in Berkeley Logo, it prints it out. It's kind of like a show command. So you'll see a difference here. There's this, so it's just a big black box, right? It says welcome to Berkeley Logo at the front, and then there are these question marks. So these question marks are called command prompts. In MicroWorlds, we don't have any command prompts. You just type in the commands straight into the command center whenever you're ready and hit return. But the purpose of the command prompts, and command prompts are used in a lot of environments, is to just let you know, okay, I'm ready for the next command. Go ahead and tell me the next command. So this looks like a pretty plain environment, but it actually has some cool functions that the MicroWorlds version of Logo doesn't have. So it's definitely worth looking at. It's if you Google this guy, Google Brian Harvey. This guy is got some really cool stuff on his website. He's the guy behind Berkeley Logo. So this is another Logo environment, just to illustrate the idea that there are different development environments for the same language, and also to show you this idea of a command prompt. So now I'm going to bring up the idle development environment, which was written for Python. So you see, it looks kind of like the Berkeley Logo one, in that it's got this stuff up here that we're not going to pay much attention to right now, except it is useful as you go further on to know what version of Python you're running and what version of idle. So just like MicroWorlds EX is the development environment for writing logo programs, is a development environment for writing logo programs. Idle is one of the development environments that's used for writing Python programs, okay? And in idle, the equivalent of the command center is the Python shell, okay? So now we're in the Python shell, and we're at the command prompt, and we can type in a command. Python has a print command too. What do you know? I'm going to type print, and I'm going to type hello world. I'm using quotes instead of brackets, and notice I have a closing quote, and it prints it out. So that's the command center in Python shell, and we'll in idle, and we'll talk a little bit more about the details in later videos.